Well, today is the day. Finally gonna do my first cook on the brand new Char-Griller Gravity 980. I'm excited. Time to put some meat on that grill. Let's see what this thing does. Let's go. What you doing, dog? Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to BKC Cooks. I'm Brandon Carpenter, and today we are doing my first cook on the brand new Char-Griller Gravity 980. So if you don't know what this is, it's a charcoal grill slash smoker, but it's high-tech, modern. It has electronic controls. You can control it from your phone. You can control it over Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or just on the panel itself. What it allows you to do is set a temperature and maintain that temperature without having to monitor and physically add fuel, adjust dampers, do anything. The technology does all of the work for you as far as temperature control, fire management, all of that good stuff. So when you're doing long cooks, or you're smoking, doing things for a good amount of time, it really frees you up to go on with your day. I'm gonna do ribs today. That's for me, when I do ribs, that's a 4-hour cook. So once I put my ribs on, the machine is gonna take care of everything. I'll be able to move on about my day, tend to my business, take care of my clients. I can do anything. I can do housework, but today I'm gonna tighten up some things for clients while my ribs are smoking. So what I'm gonna do is take you through the process, step by step, of how you turn this thing on, how you set it up. We're gonna put in fuel. I'm gonna do everything from start to finish. And if you're new here, do me a favor, click that bell, smash that subscribe button. All that means a lot to me. And you know, feel free to leave comments, ask questions. I always try to answer all that stuff as much as I can. So we're gonna get started. Again, we're gonna go step by step on what it takes to get this thing up and going. We'll light our fire, get our temperature set, and get our ribs on. So let's go. All right, let's get it going. So the first thing I did was actually plug it in. So this does require electricity. So I plug it into a outdoor rated extension cord, which is going to my outdoor box, outside of my house. What you want to do, make sure everything is where it should be. Do a visual inspection. Everything looks good. So my hopper is empty. They recommend that you empty the hopper in between cooks, especially if it's going to be a while. It kind of makes sense because charcoal does absorb moisture over time. So I'm going to add fuel, and I'm going to be using a combination of lump charcoal and wood chunks. So I'm going to add just a base of charcoal, a couple wood chunks, top it off with charcoal, and I'm going to see how that works for me. And you can also put wood chunks in the ash pan, and the theory is that the hot embers from the coals will drop down and ignite the wood chunks, and you can get the smoke be drawn in and blown through the chamber, because this uses a fan to regulate temperature. It takes the hot air from the coals, blows it through the cook chamber, and the control box maintains all of that, with the technology. So I'm going to try the direct burning though, because the wood chunks I have are a decent size, and I'm not quite sure. The dogs are at it. I'm not quite sure that those embers are going to ignite those wood chunks fast enough, or enough at all to get the kind of smoke that I want. So let's get some charcoal in, throw some wood chunks, and a little more charcoal. These dogs are going crazy. That looks like a good base. We got some apple chunks. Well, These aren't that too big, but I'm still going to put them in here. And I'm going to top that off with more lump charcoal. All right, I'm going to close our lid and latch it. There's a safety switch built in here, so the fan won't kick on as long as any of these doors that have the safety switches are open. So there's a safety switch here. There's one on the ash pan door as well. All right, the next step is I've got a Tumbleweed fire starter here. I'm going to use this to light the coals. So in order to do that, you're going to open the ash pan door. There's a little rack that goes, it sits right underneath your charcoal hopper. You just slide this in there, you light it. One will do the trick. That's more than enough to get that fire started, so we'll do that now. So there's a little fire starter burning. And as you can see, we already got good smoke. So again, one of those is more than enough. The next step we're going to do is pull this little slide out. What this does, it blocks airflow from going into the cook chamber and airflow from going to the chamber to the hopper. It's a somewhat of a safety device, I would call it. It's gonna make sure that your fuel isn't free burning, and it'll really save you from wasting a lot of fuel. So I'll pull this because this also blocks the air from going in once the fan kicks on. So very crucial step to pull this. And I realized there's a little hanger here for this. Really convenient. All right. So you want to wait and let this burn for about 3 to 5 minutes before you kick the fan on. So while that's going, I'm going to go around and do the rest of the things I need to do. So one of the things you have to do is open this door. This is the door for the fan intake. So the fan brings air in through here, blows it through the system. If you don't have that open, you won't get air and you won't get the temperature you want. All right, so that's that. We're going to come around to the back. I'm going to be smoking today, and so there's a damper on the back. If you're searing, if you're doing steaks, burgers, you're doing like hot, high temperature cooking, you want this thing to be wide open. I'm only doing ribs, I'm only smoking. You can see the smoke already coming out of there. So I'm going to do this about 1/4 of the way. Because I want to maintain temperature. I want to maintain smoke. And so about 1/4 of the way we'll get it done. One thing I forgot to mention, it's a good idea to open that hopper lid. That way you can get some airflow and your charcoal will catch fire a lot faster. So there's a look down in there. It's coming along. So about another minute, we'll kick the power on, set a temp, and we'll be ready to go. All right, my fire is going good. I hear my coals popping and snapping. I see embers dropping down into the ash pan, so we're going to power this thing up. And as you can see, the first thing it says is open. That's letting you know that one of those doors are open. In our case, both are. And so again, it's a safety measure. It won't let the system activate if those safety switches are open. So we're going to close everything down. Latch it shut. Same with this one. So that's the safety switch on the bottom there. And you can hear the fan kick on as soon as that switch closed. And you can hear that fire going. That's when you know everything is going the way it's supposed to go. So back to the control unit. It's showing me that it's connecting wirelessly. So it's connecting to my phone and to the Wi-Fi. Right now it's set at 125. We're going to change that though. I'm going for 275. So I'm going to hit the temperature button. And you just use that dial to get it to where you want. 275. And it's set. So right now it's at 134 and climbing rapidly, as you can see. That's because that fan is kicking on. It's blowing that hot air through the cook chamber. And this won't take long, so we'll come back when it's at 275. We'll put the ribs on. All right, so that was quicker than I expected. It took maybe 5 minutes to get to 275. So that fire is rocking good. So I'm gonna get this rack of ribs on now. I'm not gonna show you how to prep them. I already did that in another video. I'll put a link in this video if you wanna see my rib prep, my rub recipe, all of that good stuff. So my plan is I'm gonna smoke these for 3 hours. I'm gonna spritz them during that time. I'm gonna wrap them and let them go for another hour at 275. And I'll have beautiful pull apart, delicious ribs. That's the goal. So we're gonna see what this thing does. So on the smoker they go. Another cool function of the app is it will let you adjust the temperature right from your phone. So if you had a cook where you wanted to cook at a certain temp and ramp it up after a certain time or ramp it down after a certain time, you could just easily do it from your phone. You can also shut the grill down from your phone, which I do like. Something comes up, you get an emergency, you go somewhere, damn, I forgot I had that stuff on the grill. You just turn it off right from your phone. You can't turn it on from your phone, which I think is a great idea. That way, you know, kids playing games on your phone, or you accidentally have something going on and it bumps that thing on. You don't want to be doing that because that can just, cause all kind of problems. So yeah, this thing is still holding. I'm gonna go do the stuff I need to do. It's freeing up my time. I'm not tending a fire. I'm not adding fuel. I'm not dealing with baffles and vents, and this makes life really easy. So I'll spritz here in probably an hour to 90 minutes, and we'll wrap them at 3. See you then. All right, it's been over a little over an hour. I know looking's not cooking, but I'm gonna just take a quick peek. Let's see what we're looking like here. Oh yeah, hell yeah. It's looking righteous. I'm not gonna spritz it yet because it's still pretty moist. But I'm smelling good wood smoke, that's for damn sure. Yeah, I like the way this is going. All right. Looking good so far. That's an hour in. Man, that smells good. That apple wood is definitely being hit. Smells great. So we'll check back in. I want to look back about another half an hour, and maybe I'll spritz it with a little apple cider vinegar then. But right now it's looking pretty good. I was going through my footage and I realized somehow or another I missed a shot of me putting the ribs on the grill, but yeah, it's just standard ribs. So I'm doing a rack of St. Louis cut and just rubbed them with my standard rub. Nothing fancy, but I know sometimes y'all want to see that happen, so sorry about that one. But they're on the grill and I'm about to spritz them now, so let's take a look. All right, let's see how this is looking here. Oh yeah, that's a pretty rack of ribs. Get a little spritz going here. I'm just using apple cider vinegar, the good stuff. Got me a professional bottle too. You can get that bottle at like home improvement store. Go where like they have the commercial cleaning stuff. You can get like a commercial sprayer. I've had this one for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, and it's served me well. Buy it once, buy it right. Not be bothered with it again. I hear the fan kick on because I got the lid open and it's trying to maintain the temperature. We'll take a look on the bottom here. Try to. I better switch hands because I don't want to drop my phone on this hot grill. Let's see. Now I'm impressed with that because I was expecting this to be a lot darker than the top side, and that's looking pretty doggone good. So I'm gonna spritz this side, and I'm gonna spin it around because again, I don't want that meaty part close to the heat. I don't want that to dry out. So I'm gonna spritz this and then spin it around and close it back up. And once we hit 3 hours, we'll wrap it and let it go for an hour after that. All right. So this thing is pretty efficient. That fan kicked on when I opened the lid, and it's still holding at 275. That's pretty impressive. If it's keeping that at 275 with the lid open, I don't know about y'all, but I'm impressed. So we're gonna close this back. Cool thing is I haven't lost any heat, and it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. I am really happy so far. All right, so it's been 3 hours. Temp has held consistently at 275. I'm really happy with the way this thing has been maintaining the temperature. I did add a little more charcoal because it was getting low, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be able to finish with what was left. And so, hey, it might have worked. I'm not sure. Again, it's my first cook, so again, just getting to learn it and see what my fuel usage would be and all that good stuff. But we'll take a look at these. We're going to get them wrapped and throw them back on for another hour. So let's take a look and see what they're looking like right now. Oh, yeah. These look perfect. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, we'll get these wrapped. A little sauce, a little spritz. Throw them back on for another hour. And we'll be ready to go. Woo. those look great. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. All right, my hour is up, so I'm going to power this off. Press and hold and it shuts it off, so that's off. All right. Everything is looking great. So, we showed you everything to get it going. So now it's time to shut it down. So we got to put this slider back in. And so this goes back in there. Again, that's gonna stop any excessive fuel burn. So we're gonna leave the hoppers closed, leave the ash pan closed. We're gonna close the fan door, and then we'll close the main cooking chamber there. And that's the shutdown. You let it cool off, you put the cover back on it, and that's that. So we'll get everything closed up, those ribs inside, and oh yeah, we have to close that baffle too. Can you see it there? We gotta close that. So we'll get everything closed up and check out these ribs. Let's go. All right, so the moment of truth. Got that rack of ribs off of that grill, smoker, gravity unit, whatever you want to call it. Let me see what we got here. I have one delicious, beautiful rib. I don't know if you can see the steam, but it's still hot. I let it rest, but it's still hot and beautiful. So let's see what we got here. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm. Look at that. My mother would kill me if she saw me doing this. I apologize, Mama. That's fantastic. So, I'm really happy with the way this thing cooked. It gave me no problems through the entire process. I did what they told me to do, and it did what it was supposed to do. It ran for 4 hours, and it held the temperature within a few degrees either way the entire time. I'm gonna have a hard time going back to my offset smokers. I'm still gonna use them. I'm still gonna keep them, but for the ease of use. The final product, the flavor, my dog is over there whining because he wants my ribs, but he's not getting them. But yeah, the flavor that you get, ease of use, can't be beat. It's a grill for 2021, 2022, 21st century. You can grill on it, smoke on it. I'll probably be doing a lot more smoking than grilling. But I am extremely satisfied with this unit. So, you know, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Also, let me know what you want to see me cook on this thing, because I am planning on doing a bunch of cooks on it, a bunch of different things. Honestly, I'm going to do some things that I wouldn't do in the past, things like a brisket. Hey, call me lazy. I'm not spending 20 hours of my day tending to a brisket, starting a fire, resting, doing all that. I mean, that's what it takes. You know, most briskets are at least a 12-hour cook, several hour rest, and you got a couple hours of prep before that. So I will do it in this because I'll put it on there, set the dial. Most I'll have to do is add fuel to it, and I'm okay with that. And because that's only going to be after, I don't know, 6 or 8 hours, I'll take that deal. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you want me to cook. And as always, I thank y'all for watching. And if you could do me a favor, smash that bell, smash that subscribe button, and that way you know when I'm releasing a new video. So until next time, good eating to y'all. Take care.